Hello friends, my name is Type 1 and I'd like to welcome you back to our World Building Wednesday series. A series in which we go over my 15 years of world building work in my own creative world. If y'all enjoy the content, I would love to see some likes, comments, subscribes, just a little bit of feedback to know how I'm doing and what I can be doing better. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and drop right back into Penrose. So, last time we covered Edith, the desert continent. It's got its bug savannas, its silent sands, which I really like. That's a really cool biome in my opinion. The Cadaver Mountain, the Groot-Slaying Grotto. Shout out Groot-Slaying, cool mythological creature. And then Little Lucinia, which is just like the touching point between Edith and Lucinia. So this time, it's going to be a bit of a shorter video, and we're doing kind of like a, what do you call them, like a quick fire round kind of thing. Because I'll be honest with you, Mobius Strip, Kaiju Country, and the Deep Dark don't have a ton of biomes per se. As I've said in the past, Kaiju Country is pretty underdeveloped. It's more of a concept that I added to the world because I thought it was cool, but not something I've ever really touched on. Deep Dark is pretty much one biome, more or less, and the same can be said for Mobius Strip, but we'll go over what they have going on, and Kaiju Country does have at least one biome. So we will, we'll put some thought into this. Kaiju Country, I'll probably have to come back and add some more stuff, because I do have some ideas for what we could do. I just don't have anything solid enough to slap down on paper just yet. Because, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do with big, open, wilds, except they're really big. Like, you can cook with that, brother. You can cook. But let's get right into the Mobius Strip. So let me see if I can remember. I forget. Every week I make these videos and I forget exactly how I was laying them out last time. So, okay. So it's just... Okay. Easy money. So the Mobius Strip, as I said, it's pretty much unilaterally just one big cold biome. How do we want to put this? More or less sounds unprofessional. Is largely one unified biome that stretches across the entire... I'm so good at writing. You see that? Well, at spelling, anyways. Let's see. One unified... We'll say tundra biome. That's about what I'm thinking. It's a big snowy tundra because it's really high up in the sky. So what are some characteristics of this biome? Let's see. It's a rough snow and ice covered expanse. Dotted with... Now, this is the key thing about this place. This is why people are able to live up here at all. With large thermal pools. So there's these huge, like, lakes, ponds, sometimes just little pools of just, like, not quite... Well, I guess it would be boiling water if it's thermal. Like, it's like, they're just superheated pools. And this is largely where life is. There are creatures that live outside of these areas that wander around, but largely, like, the most densely populated places of ecology you're going to find are surrounding or in these thermal pools because of how harsh all the conditions outside of them are. Let's see, the most okay, so I can spell plateau, but not the word distinct. That's incredible. Most distinct feature of this biome would be the unique type of tree that can be found growing here. So it's called the if I could spell it, the black iron oak. So this tree is pretty traditional tree, but the thing about it is when you burn its wood, the wood gets harder. It doesn't like crumble like normal wood. It actually grows stronger. So people are able to take this wood and make structures out of it that are way stronger than the average, like the average wooden building. They'd be more equivalent to like stone or metal structures. They're able to make these super durable buildings at with a renewable resource at a much cheaper cost. Because you got to think, you burn a tree and then you get this, and then it's just like boom. Or like you build like a house out of the wood, simple enough. You light it up, fire burns out. You now have this super tough structure. So it's a fantastical super material. It's a little silly, a little fantasy-y, but that's kind of the point. Special type of tree that upon being burned becomes as tough as iron. These trees usually found growing upwards of 20, we'll spell out 20 to 30 feet, but trees that are found growing near or even in the region's thermal pools have been seen to grow excessively into the hundreds, if not thousands of feet. Now, the reason I did this, because again, this is a fantasy tree. There is absolutely nothing on Earth like this. The main tree that the capital city of this world grows, is built around, is huge. I took a lot of inspiration from the Erd tree in Elden Ring because I absolutely adored how that tree was always within sight. It is just a fantastic piece of art direction. It is so awe-inspiring. I'm not ashamed to say that inspired me a lot with these trees. Well, at least visually. I mean, I say visually. The visual of the big overseeing god tree. I mean, the trees themselves are they're black with what do you call the interior? It's the black bark and what is it? Is it meat? Is that what you call the inside of the wood? I don't know what you call the inside of a tree. We'll call it tree meat. The tree meat, the bark is black, but the tree meat is kind of a kind of not quite gold, but not quite yellow. It's kind of in the middle there. Kind of like dandelion. If you ever seen a dandelion colored crayon, like Crayola crayon, it'd be kind of like that color. Just kind of leaning towards gold, but still yellowish. These can be identified by their black exteriors and their semi-golden interiors. Have been noted to be able to grow elsewhere, but not nearly as successfully as upon, we'll say as up on plateau. I did it again, look at me. So that's the main thing. You got these huge these huge thermal pools, and you got these fantasy trees that grow in small clumps around the place. The ones that live, I guess you could say a tree lives somewhere. I mean, they are living things. But the ones that grow near the thermal pools get pretty big, and then the ones that are in the thermal pools are even more so. These are whatever the connection between these trees and the thermal pools is, it just causes insane amounts of growth for these things. Okay, so Kaiju Country. Well, let's see. So we'll go ahead. Green Sea. How do we do it? Yeah. So the Green Sea is a colossal, oh, that's not the letter I wanted, forest growing on, northern side of the Mobius Strip, rising up from the depths of the northern Okay, so if you're facing something, that would be like the north side, alright? Like, you'd be looking at it from the north, and then looking at it. So, if you're facing the Mobius Strip from the north, kind of, okay, so we'll just, from the depths of, what do we want to call this? Because calling it the Northern Deep Dark feels weird now. The depths of, well, we'll just say the northern regions of the Deep Dark. The trees making up this forest are theorized to be, are argued by some to be relatives to, hold on, to be ancient relatives to the black iron oaks of the plateau, while others claim they are simply a result of the mysterious gigantism that occurs in the kaiju country. Many strange creatures make their home within the branches of the Green Sea, as the unusual growths have allowed some species of the Deep Dark to escape eternal night and evolve in shocking new ways. Okay, so it's a big forest that stretches all along the backside of the Mobius Strip, and it comes up from the Deep Dark back there. So it's just this huge forest, and there's a lot of weird stuff living in it, because normally creatures in the Deep Dark just stay down there. They don't really have a way out because it's 11,000 foot trench in the ground, or whatever it was we said, 11 meters, whatever. 11, no, not 11 meters, like 11 kilometer deep trench. But for this end of it, like this side, they have something that is directly growing up out of it and escaping the bounds of the Deep Dark. So the creatures that have come out here, I mean, not saying they all evolved. Some of them might not have even stayed there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, if we're doing that, we should bold these real quick. Control B. Yay, bold. So there's a lot of weird stuff living in these trees, but for the most part, it's just a big forest. And now, we get to talk about what's probably my favorite creation. The Deep Dark. Deep Dark is essentially an abyssal ocean chasm on dry land. A single deepest point known to most researchers. Because see, that references... That's a little nod to Fractalia, which exists below the Deep Dark. But most like your average person, your average researcher knows this is it. You know, this is obviously the deepest point. It's a well-known fact this is the deepest point. Except it's not true, because there are deeper points. It's just the commonly known one. So it's the single deepest point known to most researchers. I forgot my R there. And has mimicked a very similar... The Mimic? I'm the freaking Mimic, oh yeah. Has mimicked a very similar ecosystem found in the deep sea. Bottom of the trench is covered in white sands. Seem to glow. No, I don't want that. I don't want that because creatures down here are blind. So I don't know, the way I've always envisioned the Deep Dark, it's kind of like if you were down there yourself, like this is how you'd see it. Like if it was like a video game or something, it'd be like being on one of those deep sea cams, like where there's just like this spotlight of light, and you can't see anything past like a few feet in front of you. Like it's just pitch black past where the light is, kind of thing. So it's just like that's like how you would see it in like a video game. Is it'd be like you might be like have like a 10-foot diameter of visibility around the player, and then every so often, you know, you'll come across like strange what do you call them, like strange structures, like strange stone formations, or the occasional creature, you know, glancing by kind of thing. Just a very eerie and haunting atmosphere. Yeah, just stretch on in all directions for miles. For what seems like miles. Pitch black atmosphere of the region led to any source of light being a signal of a signal of prey ripe for the picking. I cannot wait to talk about my deep dark creatures, dude. They're some of my favorites I've ever made. They're so cool. They're so cool. Jeez, we typed 2,000 letters between here and there. Jeez Louise. Okay, so this is pretty much all I wanted to go over today. Like I said, it's going to be a shorter video, nothing too crazy here. I just wanted to jettison these out because I don't have as much to say about these ones. Because Mobius Strip and the Deep Dark are basically just one biome. And then Kaiju Country, as I've said many times now, is just underdeveloped. I'd like to come back here and add some more stuff to it in the future. But next time, let's see, what is next? Fractalia, that's the one I have a few different biomes for. Palinki, it's kind of, again, like a one biome type thing. And then the Black Isle is, I want to say it's like 1 or 2 biomes. So we're getting close. I might just, like, lock the heck in and just wrap this part of our video series up next week. And then we can start talking about some culture and stuff, which will be fun. Some new cities. Well, I say new cities as if y'all have heard any old cities. They're all going to be new cities to y'all, but you get the gist. So we've got the Mobius Strip, which is cold as heck. Kaiju Country is big as heck. Deep Dark is dark as heck. Shrimple as we have cooked here today. Thank you, class. If you've enjoyed the video, once again, if you could do that YouTube stuff for me, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what I'm doing that works for you. But until next time, my friends, I bid you a good evening, afternoon, morning, and night. Bye-bye.